Okay, so we are gonna play some rapid chess, and I'm gonna try to win as many instructful games as I can. So yeah, let's start. Maybe 10 plus 5 rapid to give myself enough time, because it always helps. Okay, so I'm playing white against. Okay, he's aborting. So yeah, let's play another one. Okay, let's go. So e4 is a good one. Good move. You begin to open the line for your bishops. And okay, so he's playing the French. The problem is this bishop will be weak. So let's go d4 and knight c3. This is still opening theory. Now there's many lines. You get e5, you get... I don't think takes is that common, but you also get bishop g5. I think bishop g5 is the most aggressive option, so I'm gonna go for that one. So then the lines usually continue like bishop e7, e5, knight e7, then you go h4. So if it takes, and you take back, and queen takes, then you actually have knight b5, going after c7. And he's taking his time here. So I'm wondering if he is familiar with bishop g5. Because usually people go e5. So yeah. Okay, bishop b4 is interesting. Okay, so it's an interesting line. If I go a3, it just takes, and I get double pawns, which will not be good. It means the c4 square will be weak, so I can't play a3. And he also wants to go c5, attacking my center. So I have a few options here. I can either play e5, or I can just simplify by taking. But I don't like taking, it just opens the bishop. So yeah, this is interesting variation. I'm not actually sure what to do here. The threat is of course to play d takes e. Because I'm gonna be pinned, so I can't take back with a knight. But I feel like e5 should do it. You always need to play aggressive moves here. Bishop d2 should be a fine move. Even bishop h4, keeping the pin. Trying to provoke g5. Yeah, I think bishop h4 is best. g5, then bishop g3. Gonna go knight e4. Alright. So he's playing good here, but his king side is the least weakened. So if he takes, I'm not too worried. Get an open line. But the problem is my knight in this position. If I go like queen d3, just go c5. So it's not that good. Knight e2. I don't know. I feel like I have to go knight e2 here to protect it. This. Okay, h5. Very interesting move. He wants to go obviously h4. And trap my bishop. If I go h4, you're probably gonna take, and then at least I can take there, right? And go to f6. h4, g4. I can go bishop f4. Then I'm fine. I like h4. So I'm just stopping h4. Maybe you should take. No, he plays g4 instead. Now I know that these dark squares are weakened, so I should go bishop f4 now. Just not allowing him to take my bishop. Now the plan is to, if he takes, take back with the knight, trying to exchange off this powerful knight he has in the middle. And then trying to develop my pieces, like bishop d3, queen d2, long castles, break open the game, get the open file. Knight c6, I'm not so sure about this one. He should have played c5, challenging my center. Here I feel like I should go a3 immediately, just to try to exchange off pieces. Okay. He's going bishop e7, he's trying to attack my h4 pawn. I think it's sensible. I want to take this knight, but I also don't want to allow like this. Then I feel like my position can get... Yeah, maybe I should just go for it. This is a strong knight. And play g3. The thing about g3, you want to get your bishop to g2 and attack this pawn. I can always play c3, just defend my center, go queen g2 and put pressure on the e4 pawn, which is a weakness now. And if he goes f5, then I can always en passant. So I kind of like my position. I think he should have played c5. f5, okay. So this is a very committal move. Should I... okay, I know his king is in the middle, so I want to take en passant. This will be a weakness now. Even if he takes with the bishop, I just play c3. I play it slowly. e5 will be a good move. But then... you don't want to open your king when it's in the middle. You don't want to open the position. So let's calculate. e5. Should I play... Okay, no. So of course this is a very sneaky move. He wants to play e3, attack my rook, and then if I move it, he takes with check. So that's a good move. And he's also centralizing his queen, but I think bishop g2 will just be fine. Queen f5. He still has a problem with a weakness. It's still a weakness. There's e4 pawn. So I will just go and play queen c2. Asking the question. Okay, so of course he's getting rid of it. But what about bishop e4? The thing is, if he takes, I can play king takes, and next will counter check. kind of like bishop e4. He has to take, of course, with check. Then I take back, and I will check him next. c7 is also a bit loose, and yeah, queen a5, nice try, but okay, I'm gonna go for. Wait, can I take with check? Go queen g6, king e7. Okay, just protecting it. Let's try to see if there's something. I want to go bishop g6, but I also want to double the pawns. For which one should I go? I mean, I should probably go for the double pawns, right? This followed by queen g6. And now he's gonna go put his queen on d5. So I was thinking I should play. I don't want to play c4, just opens the line, so I'm not sure if that's good. Maybe I should go bishop g5, trying to force some exchanges here. At least I'll get the open file, and this will be a weakness. And I can also put my knight on a4. And he still has the double pawns, so my position should be better here. After the exchanges, I think the endgame is a bit better for me. Queen a5. I have to take. Play knight f4. Threatening knight g6. Oh, I actually could have just gone for like knight f4 in the beginning. But, I mean, this is still a nice position to play. This is a weakness. I could go knight here, knight there. I kind of like it. His rook is a bit tied down there. But he's threatening that to come in here. So I should play b4. I'm just gonna make this an outpost for the knight in the future. You can't do anything about that. And this will be a bad bishop because it's blocked with the same colored pawns. Now this is a good move. He's trying to stop knight d3. And he wants to put his bishop on c4. Yeah, maybe I didn't play this too accurately, but yeah, not so sure about b4. It was a good move. I missed bishop a6. But I mean, it should still be fine. I mean, if I play rook e1, hitting the open file is gonna try and exchange a pair of rooks. Maybe he's gonna take first. Yeah, take first. No, just give me g6. Yeah, it's an interesting position. Bishop c4. He's stopping any knight d6. I believe like this should be fine. This is still a weakness. So I'm just gonna go rook e5. And then I'm gonna go rook e1 and trying to go to the 7th rank. Probably gonna go rook c5 as well. Just to ask the question, what are you gonna do with your bishop? So I feel like this is the best move. Attacking the pawn as well. Bishop d5. It's a nice try, but what if I play... Should I go for it? Should I exchange? I think it's a winning endgame. Especially because if he takes stakes, then Alright, b5 is also always a nice move, just to throw in. Making this pawn very weak. Okay, rook a4 is probably good. I have to be careful though. Maybe go rook c5. No, rook c5 is a good move. I can't go king e3, it just checks me. This is the type of positions that you need to play active. So rook c1 takes check first. Ah, this is a nice one. And then you take. Yeah, should solve the problem. Yeah, if you just take immediately, it doesn't help you. But if you go to c6 first, forcing the king backwards, then you take. Then hopefully I can count on this pawn. Always go rook c5. Okay, so first we go check. And then we take the pawn. With check. Okay, then we probably should check again. Then go rook c6. What about rook d5 now? And then very interesting. I feel like b6 should be a good move. Even if it checks. Maybe this check is a good one. Then rook here, but I still have this rook come down, blocking the potential checks. And I think I can also play b7. So this rook is tied down. The question is king g3 the best? I mean king g2. King g2 I think is the best move. Here I can simply try to simplify the game. I go rook f5. Always having... Okay, now he just gave me pawns. So I think I should be winning this one easily. Check. Doesn't do anything. Yeah, I just play... Wait. Yeah, I have to play d5, just protect everything. And you can't do anything here. Rook g5, h4, h5, a6, a7, queen. Yeah. You can't stop one of my pawns, you can't do that. Maybe you can try to pick up one, but the other one will just queen. Yeah, I feel like this is an interesting game. Okay, wait. This, I just take rook. I have the outside pass pawn, so I should win this. But just wait, not push immediately. Getting opposition first. And now forcing back. Yeah, okay. At least this was a good game. We go to the analysis. I just want to check the line in the beginning. We played the interesting variation. So it was a French defense. Okay, bishop g5 is one of the options you can go for. Usually they go bishop e7, then you go e5, knight e7, h4. If they go h6, you just take and play f4. Another option is If they take, and they take with the queen, now you get knight b5. They have to go back, and then you play for the activity. You have like the open file, you can go bishop d3, you can go queen d4, and yeah, when the moment the king castles, then there's a lot of attacks coming, and you can't block it. So I think queen g4 is a good way to start, g6, and now you can just develop your pieces. You don't have to worry about a6, you just go back with a knight, queen e7, and now you castle long. So the thing about this position is black has to play very precisely, because if he just castles, then he's lost. Knight g5. It's just winning. Even if he plays f5, doesn't matter. You just slide your queen, and this pawn on h7 will fall. And his attack is too slow. There's no pieces near the king. My king is safe, his king is unsafe, so he should be losing this. So in the game, what happened was, he played bishop e4. And then I think I played correctly, e5, h6, I played bishop h4. Apparently I should have gone bishop d2, but I was not liking this for some reason. I feel like my bishop was bad. I feel like I should have provoked some weaknesses. Like here, g5, and his king side is weak. But apparently this is equal. So what happened was knight e4, I played knight d2. I had to protect my knight. It was pinned by the bishop and attacked twice. So knight e2 was good. Then h5, I was not sure about. I thought h4 should be fine, and even if it takes, I was calculating like this, knight here, then knight f6 is gonna be not nice, because it's gonna be a weakness. He has to go back with the bishop to stop it, but then you get your queen in the game, and the king is still in the middle. So he's undeveloped, his bishop are blocked inside a pawn, so it's not good for him. So even if g4 should have been a better try there, just queen d2, and then you castle. You can always open the game now, because the king is in the middle. So you are developed. So the moment you are having more development, then you should open the position, because the side who is usually more developed needs to open the game, because once the game opens, then he has an advantage. So opening the game when the king is in the center is a good idea, because you're opening files and you know your rooks needs to get in the center. They will start checking the king. So you need to look for breakthroughs when the king is in the middle and your king is safe. So what happened in the game was h4. Okay, then I just moved my bishop. I don't want him to take. And then after knight c6, I didn't like knight c6. I thought like c5 is better. And then knight c6. But okay, he played knight c6, and then I played a3. I just wanted to exchange some pieces. And I knew this will be a weakness. So I can start with g3, get my bishop to g2, play c3, protect g4, go queen c2, and you won't be able to defend this weak pawn on e4. Unless you commit, like he did. And then I was like, I'll just take it. And now this will be still a weakness. You have this doubled pawns with a bishop that's blocked inside. So this is a bad bishop. And your king is all in the middle. Mine is too, but mine will be safe. Yours will not be safe. So what happened was I just played c3. Then I played bishop g2. Queen c2. e3 I played bishop e4. So I wanted to go check the king. He took. And then bishop, I wanted to give him double pawns, followed by queen g6, and then bishop g5, exchanging everything. Because once the pieces get off, this position is winning for me. Strategically, he has many weaknesses. And I have two pole islands, only two. He has like 1, 2, 3, 4. So when the pieces get exchanged off, this endgame is easily winning strategically. And this is what happened. I played knight a4, like this will be a weakness. Then I played b4, I just wanted to freeze this, so I can always get my knight out to c5, the outpost. But then he was good, he played a good move. Bishop a6, stopping knight e3, so I can't go to knight c5. I just took the open file, bishop c4, take, and rook e5. So still, he has too many weaknesses. This rook is tied down because this pawn is weak, and I'll just double, get my rook on a 7th rank, maybe get my other rook there, and just try to attack his weaknesses. Even go there, exchange a rook, get this pawn. So you can't do both. You can't protect both weaknesses on both sides of the board. It's impossible. This endgame is just easily winning. b5 just freezing this weakness, and then yeah, the game continued like this. I first gave a check, forcing him back, and then I take with check. Then rook e5. Yeah, this was easily winning. There's nothing you can do here. And then we had this position with a winning endgame. So yeah, I think we'll play another one. So yeah, maybe 10 plus 5 again. Hopefully I can get the game. Okay, finally. Okay, he's going d4. So I want to play like aggressively. I don't want to play like a drawish line. So I want to go maybe play a Benko or a Blumenfeld gambit. Just feel like it. So you start with knight f6. Okay, knight f3 is going very solid. So maybe a King's Indian will be a sharp variation. This is a sneaky move. It's not committal. If he played bishop f4 immediately, it's a London system. If he played c4, there's a Queen's Gambit, either declined or accepted. And I think in this position it would have been declined, but knight f3 keeps it flexible. It's not a Queen's Gambit. It could be a Reti, it could be a London. So yeah, if I go for the King's Indian setup, I'd like to see a King's Indian setup against a London, but like I say, it's not a London. He's playing very flexible, so I think if he plays flexible, we should challenge him by playing c5, trying to break his structure, asking him what would you like to do, because now normal moves like bishop f4. Okay, this is I'm glad to see this one. This means that I get this long diagonal, so he committed. So maybe g6 is a good idea here. Just develop and get the long diagonal. Knight c3. Alright, of course he wants to play e4, but I just go d6, so it should be fine after bishop g7, e4, d6. h3 is quite a good strategic move. You want to block knight g4, knight e5 maneuvers in the future, because usually my idea is to go castles, knight e7, knight g4, knight e5, and then if one of the knights take, get the other knight in the game, and you still have this long diagonal. So h3 stops that, so that's a good idea. Okay, but the thing is, it wasted some move. You could have developed earlier, or put this bishop on b5 maybe. Here I should castle, and then I should break open the center again, because his king is in the middle. a4, this just weakens b4 in the long run. I understand the idea. He wants to prevent me from playing b5, but the thing is, it weakens b4 instead. So I could go for ideas like queen a5, knight e4, taking advantage of the pin, but he will just go bishop b2. Let's analyze. Queen a5, it's a forcing line. He has to go like bishop d2. or queen d2, but just blocks the bishop. So maybe queen a5, bishop d2. Then I was thinking, what about bishop b4, queen b4? This also attacks the b2, and it attacks the e4 pawn. So what would you do after I play queen a5? Queen a5, bishop d2, queen b4. Yeah, and I think you can't protect both, so I'm gonna go queen a5. I like this. His king is still in the middle, and he made 2 pawn moves, which I don't think it's precise. If I go queen b4, what's the idea? Okay, I'm just seeing he can go knight b5 and try to trap my rook, but I'll have a check. So yeah, this position should be good for me. No, king is still in the middle. His king is still in the middle, so we have already castled. Usually you don't want to get your queen in the game early, but in this position, take advantages of the weaknesses. He should probably protect it with like bishop d3, and then trying to ask me whether I'm bluffing about taking b2, getting active play. But here I can retreat my queen to a3. I have to be careful though. So let's analyze. Bishop e2. Bishop e2. What about this? Taking the pawn. Not missing anything. Maybe I am. Knight e4. Then this knight b5 is a problem. But is it? Knight e4, knight b5, take. You have to take back. Then I can just exchange and play knight e7. My rook's not trapped. Then I have b8 squared. So this should be a good line to go for. Also putting a lot of pressure on the c3 knight. So I'm threatening to take. Because I have 3 attackers, and he has 2 defenders. So this should be good. Okay, it's gone for that line. Queen e4. I'm still threatening bishop b2. And I'm threatening queen d5. So if I have the d5 pawn, this will just be like game over almost. I have 2 pawns up. Okay, c4. It's probably a good move. But is it enough? b4 will always be weak. I really want to create trouble here for him. They can't attack my queen now. Bishop d3 is no longer possible, he's pinned. And there's no pawn in the future to protect d3 square, so this is a nice queen. Maybe knight g5, but then I just go back with the queen. My queen will never be trapped. So I feel like I can go pick up another pawn. I mean, why not? A pawn is a pawn. Okay, rook b1. Yeah, it's sensible. But you still can't take b7 because my bishop is protecting that. I need to be careful, a little bit careful. Should I go bishop a3, asking the question that if I go a5, I can put my bishop on b4. I think I like that move. The thing is, if bishop a3, the only problem I see is after knight g5, you can go queen f5, bishop g4, attacking my queen. Yeah, it's an interesting variation. Maybe I should just go bishop f6, just blocking knight g5. And I can also go back with the queen if needed. This is a strong queen. Okay, it's castling. I'm gonna take the opportunity now to get my queen to safety first, before it gets uncomfortable with like rook e1 and discoveries. Queen f5 just saves the day. I was gonna go queen d7 to queen c7 and just attack this weakness like b6. Okay, so queen b3, trying to develop, but b6 should be fine. Maybe a5. Maybe I didn't play as precisely, but shouldn't be a problem. Should just go knight d7 there. But then my queen is a bit loose. I have to say that's a nice line for him. I should not have played b6. Don't know why I did. Giving him some chances now for counterplay. But I mean, I have to be very careful. If I play knight d7, he's gonna go bishop d3. Then my queen is kind of almost trapped. Except I can go queen h5. Do I like my queen on h5? Oh, it feels like it's off limits. But it's probably not bad there. Could be annoying, especially after like, I don't know. Maybe I should just take the pawn right. Take the pawn, then you go for knight a6. I'm gonna try to put my knight on b4, like rook b8 and then knight b4. Not too worried about bishop d3, I just go queen h5. And then probably sacrifices in the future. But my threat is now simply to play rook b8. Okay, queen b5. He's trying to defend well. I'll give him that. It's making it a little bit difficult. But my bishop on f6 just protects everything. So I mean, if I exchange off the queens, usually don't want to play passively. You want to play actively. So rook b8. What's wrong with just rook b8? This also skewers or x-rays the rook, sorry. No. Why was I thinking about this? It should be an easy tactic. So I don't think queen b5 was actually a good move. Rook b8 just attacks. Then I have a attack on his rook on b1 with my queen on f5. Sure. You should never play passively. You should always make the forcing moves, the attacking moves in the position, because it forces the opponent to react to your plans, not to realize his own. So this case, he's just helping me develop with tempo, and attacking his queen, just helping me. No, I have enough time to win this. Okay, he's gonna go for the exchange sacrifice, which is decent, but it's not gonna be enough. Especially after I'm just starting attacking weaknesses, like c4. I'm not missing anything. I'm still controlling the b1, so even after the exchanges, he can't put his rook on the open file. Then my plan's easy. I just go queen e4, and I'm attacking the c4 pawn. You can't defend it. Okay, rook b1 is probably the best move. But now I can go queen e4. Once again, I'm attacking his pieces. This is a double attack. You can't defend everything. This bishop on f6 is quite a strong bishop. It stopped any knight ideas. So I think in the beginning he committed too fast with d5. This one I just take everything. Wait, if I take, he's just gonna go knight d2. He's gonna double attack my bishop. It's very sneaky. Okay, so what if I just sidestep with the queen? Like going queen f4 maybe. Still asking the question. You're not going to defend the pawn. And if you do, your rook was tied up. Bishop d2, very sensible. I'll just go queen f5, go queen d7. Not gonna give him anything here. Queen d7, queen c7, rook b8. My plan is very easy. Just gonna exchange off pieces, because I see he's defending quite well. But yeah, maybe I should have gone queen e4, because then I can't go to d2 anymore. But he's gonna go back with the bishop. And I still can't take, because of knight d2. So yeah, queen a5 is good. Keeping an eye on b1. After the exchange of rooks, he can't go and take the open file, because my queen still controls the b1 square. And this bishop is like a pawn. It's blocked by its own pawns. Bishop a5. Okay, what if I just go queen d7? Now I'm gonna try to remaneuver my queen to a4. This should be a good idea. because now my bishop controls a1. You can't go, and this is a trapped bishop. You have to go like bishop c7. Then I can go rook c8. Then you have to go like rook b8, and then I get an exchange, finally, and then followed it up with a move like bishop c3, pinning. So this is a good position. I think queen a5 to d7 to a4 is quite sneaky. I'm thinking he's probably gonna resign now. Well, I hope so. It will be a quicker game then. And I can play another one. I mean, his bishop is trapped. Yeah, I was thinking now. Rook c8. Bishop d1. That's a nice try. Kind of underestimated it, but what about just queen a2 here? Now I'm attacking your knight, which defends your rook. Now your pieces are hanging. I mean, the bishop on c7, the knight on d2, and then your rook. b1. There's no way you can survive this now. But yeah, I feel like my position wasn't the best play, so I want to analyze afterwards. Maybe I made an inaccuracy in the opening somewhere, but I don't think so. I think I played quite well here. But I felt like in one stage I was playing a little bit passively. I should have played more forcing lines, forcing moves. But I don't think b6 was good. I think b6 was just giving him counterplay with a5. And yeah, then I start having a little bit of problems. So yeah, I need to find another move instead of b6 when we analyze this position. But this is just lost. I mean, I have a queen. Okay, now what's the easiest? Just taking the rook, right? Even if it takes, I just take back. You have nothing here. Even bishop d6. Yeah, you have really nothing here. Bishop c4. Let's follow this up by playing bishop b3. You can't defend. Another sneaky idea would just be bishop e2. You can't take because then I take your rook. If you play rook takes, I play queen takes. Then gonna take your rook next. Even if check, then I just take your rook. So bishop e2 will be a nice finish off. Yeah, he doesn't have anything here. Okay, finally he resigns. Okay, let's go analyze his position. Okay, so knight f6. This was quite flexible from his side. I wanted to play c5 and test him, because usually you can play the London, but then you commit to the London. You can either play the Queen's Gambit, but then you commit to their style. But knight f3 is quite flexible. You can still play, let's say I play a random move like d5. Now I can get in a London, and now I can't get my King's Indian setup anymore. Usually against a London, I play like d6, and then you go g6, going for a King's Indian. But now, because he didn't commit, if I play d5 now, then he can go for a London. Now I can't play d6 anymore, because I already committed to d5. So, and he doesn't even have to do that. He can play c4. And this is like a classical Queen's Gambit declined with the knight on f3. But you don't have to go c4. You can play g3. You're gonna go for like a Ricci or a Catalan setup. So this is quite flexible. So I wanted to test him by going c5, then d5. It's actually the computer suggests that, so it's quite a good move then. But I just thought, now, if your plan was to play like a Queen's Gambit or a Ricci or a Catalan or a London, then this d5 takes you out of your lines. So it's committal. g6 is quite good. Bishop g7. I always have this long diagonal there. e4 good, but I just said d6, just stopping e5. Then h3. The idea is, I understand the idea, it's a good one. Usually you want to go knight d7, knight g4, knight d5. So h3 stops me from going to g4, so it's sensible. Then castles, a4 I was not sure about. I feel like there's also waste of time. I would have understand if you got if you played like bishop d3, a6 and now a4 to stop me from going b5, but I didn't play a6 yet. I played castles, so a4 is just weird. So then I played queen a5, and I thought this is interesting. Apparently the ancient says it's not that good. It's playable, but like white is like +1 almost, so what's the problem? Bishop d2, then I started thinking about queen b4, then okay, after he played the bishop to e2, then I'm +1 apparently, because I just take and I win a pawn. 2 pawns now. This is what happened in the game. But if he goes bishop d3, I was like testing him. If I took, then this should be a immediate loss, actually. My queen is trapped. So this was almost like a bluff. I'm not going to take the pawn actually, but I'm focusing on e4. So that's why you have to go bishop d3. And now, yeah, I have to move my queen either here or here because of a discovery to get out of the pin, not the pin, but the discovered attack, so out of the bishop's line. So maybe this queen a5 to queen b4 is not that good because b2 is not really a weakness. So I should have played e6. The reason being is committed on the side of the board. When you play on the side, it's good to strike in the center to open lines, like checks, because his king is still in the middle, so I should have played a move like e6. But I was feeling like I'm gonna test the guy with like playing queen a5. But knight e2 is a crazy move to find. I mean, you block your bishop and you're not developing the castle. And I mean, if you play like knight d2, I just play my queen back. Then I'm asking, what do you do with your knight on d2? Maybe to go to c4, but still, you don't develop your bishop and you can't castle. It's not good to move your same piece twice in the opening. So he played bishop d2, and I played queen b4. But yeah, let's analyze. e6 is quite good. If he plays like, I think bishop e2 would have been played, the knight to stake. What about rook e8? It's quite good. Actually, knight a6. You always have this weakness of b4 because you commit with a4. And then you can always play your rook to e8, get the open file, put your knight on b4, and then bishop on f5, attacking c2. So this is quite a nice position to play for black. So many practical chances there. Ancient says bishop c4, I just take, and then I play rook e8. You have to go like bishop e3, then I put my knight on e4. So the reason being, opening my bishop. And now if he takes, Then queen d3, bishop f5 is walking right into a discovery. There's no good discoveries right now, but still very annoying. Trying to like provoke g4 at some stage. So if this, let's say g4, then I can take, because you have to take, it's check, and then you lose your queen, so g4 is never an option. There's quite a, black is already equalized here, so it's quite a good line. If you take with the knight, then I don't have to take immediately. I can play rook e8, but the pawn is a pawn, right? I mean, I can go rook e8, just developing. You can't defend your pawn twice. And here you're attacking, the same idea, like bishop f5. Okay, in this case he has knight g5, so this is not that good, but rook e8. Okay, but this is already good for black if you play like this. But okay, I played queen a5, queen b4, and this was always this after he played bishop e2, which was a mistake. My position was just good. I have 2 pawns up. Here I was just thinking my queen is feeling a bit uncomfortable. I'm gonna play f5 to safety, and then just play it safe, like. But b6, okay, it's not a bad move at all. Ancient actually recommends b6. I was just like, why a5? Like, at least I took the pawn. It means I'm asking, what are you gonna do? Then I play knight a6, queen b5, rook b8, takes, like, okay. Yeah, this was just easy to win. After this, I put my queen on a4. Why not play queen a4? Why not just take, okay, here, knight. Oh, I can just win it like this way. But, I mean, yeah, I'm 2 pawns up. 3 pawns now, but yeah, I don't want to equalize pieces. I want to keep some pieces on the board and my queen on the board, so that's why I put queen a4 and then queen a5 and then just put my queen on d7 and then sneaky queen a4 followed by like rook c8, queen a2, and then he's just hanging all his pieces. So I think this was a quite a good game. Let's play. Yeah, I think let's play another one. I'm gonna go e4. Okay, the Scandinavian d5. I just take. You should play knight f6. Here I can go d4. I can go for a d4, c4 setup, like a. I'm not sure what it's called. Maybe the Panov. No, I'm not that sure. But I can go for like this setup: d4, c4, knight f3, knight c3. I can also go for bishop b5. Like, this is like a line you won't expect, I believe. b5. If he goes bishop d7, I go bishop c4. I just want a pawn. Yeah, black has always compensation for it, but I think bishop b5 is a decent try. Yeah, like bishop d7, bishop c4. Then I just go and follow my plan with like bishop c4, knight c3, maybe d3, knight f3 or knight e2, and then castle. So yeah, still have my pawn. And the fact that he's thinking here, it means that he's not familiar with this. Alright, here I have to take the pawn. Now he has a weakness, so now the question is, should I go bishop a4 or bishop c4? Eyeing f7. Usually you want to keep your pieces as close to the center, so bishop c4 should be the correct move. Yeah, why not? Why not play bishop c4? Can't go wrong. The thing is, about bishop a4, you still have the pin, but I prefer my bishop to be in the center, eyeing it to the a2 ga diagonal. which is a pawn up. I don't think c6 was the best move. Bishop d7 was better. Okay, e5 is getting the center. So now the question is, if I play knight f3, he's gonna play pawn e4, but then queen e2, and bishop like f5, or wait, if knight f3, e4, I can go knight g5, and then asking the question, what are you doing about f7? Has to go like knight e5 there, but then I get knight e4 because your knight is not protecting your pawn anymore. So knight f3, e4, knight g5. I think knight f3 is good. You always start with the forcing lines here. Okay, bishop d6. I'm just gonna go d3, stopping any e4 ideas. h6. Okay, he's trying to stop bishop g5, which I think is sensible. But he has still the weaknesses. So I think I prefer white in this position. Should I go knight c3? Queen e2 is like at least attacking. It's an attacking move. The thing is, if I play queen e2, it's gonna probably play bishop g4. Then I have to go like h3, bishop h5. No, that won't work because I have g4, I think. And then if the bishop moves, then I take. Then I have a pawn, another pawn. So queen e2 is like I feel like it's an attacking move. I have to start with this one. Okay. Now I'm just gonna play h3, just stopping any bishop g4 ideas. And I'll just play knight c3 next. Trying to control the e4 square. Okay, he's playing good because he's trying to open the lines. Yeah, maybe queen e2 wasn't the best, but what can I say? I have to take now. Probably rook e8, but no, he's gonna take, of course, not rook e8, because if I take then rook e8, then I'm losing my queen. So knight e4 is a good idea. If I just castle. Now I'm actually threatening to take his knight, so rook e8. I mean, I should play bishop e3. Just get out of danger. And if he does nothing, I'm just up a pawn. I don't think that's a good idea. Good move. He just loses a piece. If I just take it, am I missing something? I don't think so. My queen is protecting my bishop. Yeah. Okay, he resigned. So let's go and analyze his position quickly. Okay, so yeah, bishop d7 was the best move. Then I should have played bishop c4. It's quite uncomfortable. Bishop g4 is an attacking move, so this is a good idea, but then I'm just gonna play f3. If you go back, I just develop comfortably. Then I have no problem. Knight f6. I can always go for this setup as well. Like if queen takes, you play c4. You just... I don't like knight e2. But I think the idea is to go like bishop g2 in the future. So knight e2, maybe e5, knight c3. Okay. Bishop e4 is trying to take advantage of the pin. Takes, bishop takes. Okay, this is quite good. And if he castles, now he has double pawns. So this will be a good position for me. Another thing I can do... No, I think c4 is the best. Then they have this exchange of pieces. Because he's underdeveloped, so I'm opening the position. If you play knight c6... Why is bishop c3 better than take? I suppose it's both equal. This has him getting double pawns, so double pawns always a nice endgame weakness, especially when the pieces get straight off. Then it means that you'll always have these weaknesses on the side, so they're not connected, they're like doubled. So it means when pieces really get exchanged off, then I'm winning, because you have a weakness. I'm always gonna get my king like to like h5, then h6. Your king has to stay on this side, and then I can use the other side to attack. So yeah, I like this position for white. But yeah, I thought bishop b5 is okay, then takes. Bishop c4. I prefer bishop c4 over bishop e2. Bishop c4 is more active. Then e5, then okay, I made the best move. Knight f3 was attacking, and then I played d3. No, I did play d3. Yeah, I thought I was playing queen e2 for some reason. No, d3 was good. He played h6, then I played queen e2. The ancient says it's not a bad move. It's like almost equal to castle. Queen e2, I thought, well, I play an active move. Then I was playing like h3, just wanted to stop bishop g4 ideas. Then e4 was actually not the best move, because if you take, then I just play bishop e3, or yeah, you can go for this move or that as well, but or you can also castle this side then, I suppose. That's why it's better. But castle this side, and then bishop e3, I'm just a pawn up, and then he blundered the piece. So yeah, I think I played well today. So yeah, maybe I should end it here. So I played 3 games and analyzed 3 games. Yeah, I played for more than an hour. So yeah, maybe learned something, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. I hope it was